All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this UW-Stout Academy Rocket League matchup up against the Lakeland Muskies. We're going to be playing a nice best of 5 here today. Coming in for Stout, we have Ven, Trey, and Yells. Meanwhile, for Lakeland, we're going to have Brazilian, Electric, and Cue Ball. This one's going to stop Trey. He's going to pop off the side wall. Ball's going to drop down. They're going to get saved by Electric. Missed shot there from Lakeland. Yells it. Gonna look back. Trey gonna push up on this. He's gonna get it past one. It's gonna be put on net, but it's saved by Yells. Then now gonna try and clear outside. Electric is there for Lakeland. He's gonna get denied there by Trey. Shot over middle, possibly a shot, but missed. So now we're gonna have a clear downfield from Ven. It could be a shot on, and it's in from Ven. So Stout Academy is going to take a 1-0 lead here, a little over 30 seconds into this game. See here, he just gets that enough on that ball, and it just squeaks right through the back line of Lakeland there. Second kickoff here of the game. That's going to be 50 out to the side. And a double whiff there from Stout. Could be an open net for Lakeland. Will they capitalize? Yes, they will. Electric is going to get by Ven. So now that's going to go down, and that's going to be passed to Electric. Electric going to try and find the shot, but it's wide and saved by Yells. That ball is going to go out to the corner now. Electric has control, beats one. That's going to go upside wall. Good shot there, but it's going to be saved away. Is now Ven. Going to try to find, looks like Ven. And ball's going to be blocked by Cue Ball, now down to the corner. Trey now going to take it off ceiling, trying to get another touch. It's an open net, and it's going to be in. 3-2 Stout Academy. We just see here, he doesn't get the touch, but he manages to beat both of the Lakeland defenders. And that's gonna put him up 3-2. Kickoff now. Lakeland gonna try to get some momentum back. It's just been a back and forth game between these two teams. It's shot back post, saved. It might be over the third man, but no. So cue ball is gonna be back for that. That ball is gonna drop down. Venn goes up. Venn doesn't get the touch. Yells gonna try and put it on. Bump now. Cue ball gets the pass. That's a shot on. No, but it's off the sidebar. Is now pretty strong counterattack coming here from Stout Academy. That's going to be popped up by cue ball. Beats the third man, and that ball's going to be in. We're all tied up again. 3-3. It's just been back and forth with the goals. 1:15 left. Can Stout get another one and hold off? Or is Lakeland going to be the first team to strike twice in a row? Kickoff now. It's going to go back into the Stout corner. Electric looking for the shot. Going to get blocked. Beating one right there, and a missed opportunity. Trey is going to have a one-on-one. Can he get it in? He's going to get a bump. Saved at the line by cue ball. Yells. He's going to look for a pass down. Doesn't get the touch he wants. And that one's going to get cut early in rotation, and Trey is going to put Stout up 4-3 here with less than a minute to play. See here, Trey just gets a good jump on this ball. I don't think Lakeland was expecting anybody to challenge that. They thought they had more time than they did, and he's just got to take advantage and puts it right in there for a 1-goal lead with less than a minute less. Yells, trying to look for a pass. It's intercepted, and we're back to even. 4-4. I think it's a very similar deal. Looks like maybe the third from Stout was a little too far up there. And we're back at 4-4. Just an absolute shootout. That's going to be put off sidewall. Yells. Could we see another one right now? He gets one, but it's blocked. Down to Trey. Trey, he's done this move before this game. Passes it down. Venn is there. Into the corner. Venn, no boost. That's going to be popped over to the third man, Venn. Venn's going to have it. It's going to be off sidewall. Brazilian's going to get the clear away. Down to Trey. Trey now, he's looking around. That could be a pinch. And is that ball in? That ball is in. 5-4 Lakeland with under 20 seconds to play. Just an unlucky 50 there for Stout. And the third man just can't get back in time. 17 seconds. Teams have scored in this game with a lot less time. So we're going to see if Stout make something happen here. It's going to be put down. Brazilian going to get a touch. And is the time out for Stout? Electric going to try to put it away. Trey's going to keep it alive. We got 0 seconds on the clock. That ball is still up. We're going to look. Venn going to try to pass it out to Yells. But that ball is almost certainly dead. And it's going to be another goal for Lakeland. They're going to win this one 4-6. So just a real slugfest between these two teams, but Lakeland's going to come out top on game one, 6-4. Really the momentum swinging their way with 2 back-to-back goals. And then they took control of the game from there. This was anybody's game until about the last 15 seconds. So a great game by both of these squads here. Very offensive game. All right, and that kickoff's going to go out down to Brazilian. Brazilian going to get challenged by Yells here. That ball's going to get popped up. Looks like Yells looking for the side. Might have an open net. Going to get one and cleared away.
here. So really hoping to, see Stout maximize on those gaps.
And Electric now going to put a shot up. That's going to get saved to the corner. Possibly a shot here for Cue Ball, but it's getting over him. Back to the third man now. And we're going to see maybe Ven. Ven gets one, and it's going to be back to possession of Lakeland.
Yeah, pretty back and forth so far here early on. A little bit of ping pong. Flippery set there from the Lakeland players. See if Stout can get a pop. Nothing doing there. Big clear from Ben down the field. See if he's got anyone there. No one. Trey with the rotation in, gets a centering ball up off the top post and in. UW-Stout Academy taking a 1-0 lead here early in game 2.
And that's just a great shot there from Trey. He's just going to go in and get the double. Just puts it right over Cue Ball. It's just a greatly placed ball, and they're going to go up 1-0 here with a minute played.
Yeah, I was telling the team between sets there that they just need to play with a little bit more intentional intensity. I think that shows that play exactly. Trey went up and got that ball, beat the other team to it.
That ball's going to be put mid. That's going to be a tough 50. That's going to be saved back at the goal post. Yells, maybe looking for a double. That's going to be over. Back to Ven. Ven does not get the touch. Up to the corner. Cue Ball going to try to get a jump on that. Trey could have an open net. No, saved by Electric. Ven going to try to put a shot on. Saved by Cue Ball. Ven trying to look for Yells in the middle. Doesn't get the touch. And a miss by Yells there. Possibly a shot from Trey. Save. Stout's going to have to scramble back on defense.
Yeah, it was almost looking like a perfect little fake play there from Ben in the last play. But another passing play setup. Yells up the middle. See if the boys can't set something up here.
Trey now. Blocked by Electric. Could Electric have a counter here? He's going to get bumped.
Oof, right off
saved
post.
away.
Good opportunity for a counterattack. It's Cue Ball beating him up to the ball. Trey with a good save off the back wall. Gets a pair of touches.
We're going to see that ball now. Electric, he's got a lot of boost to work with. And he's going to get it over 2, but it's not going to be enough. Trey could be looking up an open net, and that's going to be wide open. Yells is going to put it away. And that is going to be a 2-0 game here for Stout Academy.
Yeah, really great counterattack. Good pair of touches off the wall there from Trey. Definitely followed it up, Yells in it, taking the free one.
So now 2-0 here for Stout Academy. They're going to look for Lakeland's going to look for a good push to start off here. As now Trey going to try to get a touch. He's going to get it to mid. Is that going to be Yells again? The same connection. Trey to Yells, back to back. This time a kickoff goal, and Stout looks in firm possession of this game.
Yeah, Trey and Yells have spent about 2 years playing together. They've got a lot of connections. They can find each other across the pitch.
So now we got this kickoff here, and it's going to be put out to the side. Looks like Cue Ball is going to have it. Bangs it off back wall, but it's going to be knocked away by Trey. That looks like it's going to be over Electric. He's going to try and get a touch off to the side. And it's going to be a pinch. It's going to be dropping down over backboard. That ball is going to be hit way far. But it looks like Lakeland's going to be able to defend. A good shot there by Trey coming in late, but it's not going to be enough to break the defense.
Yeah, really good transition there from Stout. Wow, these headsets are really kind of messing with my head. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, just under 2 minutes to play here.
That ball is going to be clear. Electric, third man back. He's going to have it. He's going to look up the wall. Possibly a challenge off the wall from Stout, but no. Venz is going to get the block. Shot on here from Lakeland. Possibly a double. Saved by Ven. This is scrappy goal line defense, but I think they got it. That ball is going to be saved away. It could be a goal. The demo comes out, and it's in from Yells. Stout Academy firm possession of this one. 4-0 with only 1:37 left. Just going to see here a huge demo coming out of Trey. That would have been saved otherwise, but a big demo coming out, and that's going to put him up 4-0.
Yeah, Stout doing a great job on the physical game tonight.
Trey going to get a touch. Nobody going up. They're giving him all the time in the world. Trey now going to get demoed, but gets the touch first. That's going to be past Ven. Possibly a shot on, but saved. Off the side now. Very up front. This Lakeland team playing a very offensive game here with a minute left to go. Possibly looking for the flick over. Cue Ball gets it around 1. Coming off the wall now is Ven. Cue Ball does not get the challenge. Electric's going to come in. He's flying He's going to get the touchdown at the wall, off the sidewall, but nobody there for Lakeland. And just not capitalizing off the opportunities, but they capitalize off this one. And it's going to be 4-1 here, but it's just going to be likely too little, too late.
Yeah, pretty heavy onslaught there from Lakeland. I think that they applied a lot of offensive pressure here in the last few minutes. It was kind of a matter of time they were able to find the back of the net. But yeah, 4-1 lead here still by Stout. Still some time for Lakeland to come back in this. But it looks like, the rotations were looking pretty solid on Stout's side. So once again, a passing play, Yelsnet just missing the mark.
And now cue ball, gonna look to take possession, gets it past one, maybe looking for a pass, a big demo coming out there, shot from Ven, and that is going to most definitely put this game away.
Yeah, really a great offensive showing here from the Stout Academy team. Another demo found just a good 50 midfield, and Ven just happened to be in the right place at the right time with no boost.
And the Stout's offense has looked very similar to the first game, but they've really applied a lot more of pressure, I think, overall this game, as that's going to be a kickoff goal, but don't know if it's going to do enough here for Lakeland. But Stout's offensive pressure, they've very rarely let Lakeland get the ball in the Stout half, and that's just the lack of scoring opportunities from Lakeland. They just haven't had a chance to catch up in this game.
Yeah, kickoff goal definitely will, help their momentum side of things here. If Stout can hold this out, should make it for a pretty interesting series moving into Game 3 after this.
Now ball's going to be popped up. Electric maybe going to try and sign something, and it's going to be saved. This ball is up in the corner. It's just a little bit of time wasting. 10 seconds to go here. Lakeland's going to need to score now if they have something. This ball is put in the corner, and that's going to be game number 2. UW-Stout wins this one 5-2, and we are all tied up at 1 in the series.
Looking at a best of 3 in this series, so really looking forward to see how the rest of this plays out. Seems like both teams fairly equally matched, trading back and forth in the first game. Game 2 looked a lot more dominant from UW-Stout, especially on the offensive side.
Definitely agree. The shots there, 9 shots from UW-Stout, but you also see 9 shots from Lakeland. It looks like Stout just had better execution, maybe more physical playing, gets more demos down, and just a lot more offensive pressure, despite what the board shows. Definitely felt like Stout had firm possession in that game all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, looking at the scoreboard here as well, the goal participation from Treyway here, 4 assists in this game number 2. That's, incredibly active on the offensive side of things. Obviously, one of those coming from Yelsnet taking one of his goals, but, I think that, seeing that pair on the offensive side of things, I think a lot of teams around this level should definitely be scared of them on the offensive side of the pitch. Moving now into Game 3, kicking off here, and we got 5 more minutes to play.
All right, that ball's going to be popped up into the Stout corner. Trey on defense here. Electric going to put an early shot on, saved by Trey. Going to be down to Brazilian. Brazilian going to get 1 touch, tries to get it over. Doesn't get the second touch. Awkward here from Stout, and that's going to be cue ball putting that one away for an early 1-0 lead here for Lakeland.
Yeah, just a simple passing play off the sidewall, maybe a fake, maybe just a missed flip there, but that just put the ball perfectly off the backboard. A little bit of an awkward read from the Stout guys to leave a gap open there on the goal line.
It's definitely the momentum that Lakeland has been looking for here, especially into this game number 3. It's another little bit awkward defense here, but they're looking to get a good counter.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the spacing I'm seeing from Stout. Even, on these counter attacks, they're finding an attacker with the pass. They seem to be rotating well on defense. They got a lot of things covered, but it's Lakeland nonstop throwing the ball off that back wall, throwing it off the side walls. They are, I'd say from halfway into that Game 2, it's been mostly Lakeland here on the offense. I don't know that Stout got lucky with most of their goals, but they found a lot early on there in Game 2, and, it's been looking a lot like Lakeland over the last 3-4 minutes of gameplay.
And now we're going to see, looks like Trey going to try to take it off sidewall here. He's going to try to find Ven for a pass, and it's going to go off sidewall now. Possible shot here from Yells. It's going to get up, but a good goal line save from Electric.
Yeah, really great save there from Lakeland. Once again, Stout finding those passing plays up the middle. Definitely doing a great job of finding each other across the pitch right now. Sven to the backboard, just a bit high. Great save there from Lakeland.
Now Lakeland's got a nice counter trying to get generated here. Going to be back on defense. Oh, it's going to be peppered off the backboard. Brazilian off the backboard again. Are they going to find the touch? They will. And Electric's going to make it 2-0 for Lakeland here over Stout.
Yeah, those balls just above that crossbar are really tough to, judge whether you should be jumping, whether you should be staying. And I think that, just a matter of time. They kept peppering that backboard. They were going to find an opening before too long.
Now we're going to see here 2-0 Lakeland. Stout got to try to get back to their game 1 and 2 offensive form. That could be a way to do it. That's going to be pulling up the sidewall here. As now it's going to be given a touch out to the sidewall. We're going to see Trey. He's going to get one. Is he going to look for a second? He will. And it's just too far, just out of the reach of the second man there. But a good look there from Stout. They're going to try to get that offense back to where it's been.
Yeah, Trey's been, pretty phenomenal, I'd say, so far in this series. His touches are looking really clean. He's finding good passes. Definitely would like to see a little bit more activation from him on the offensive side of things. See if Stout can get a little bit of their own counterattack going. You got Yells with the boost with a big clear.
Big clear now by Cue Ball. He's going to get one touch. He's still got boost for another. And that ball is going to be put into the corner now. Trey has got some boost. Might be looking for Yells. Yells is going to get the challenge on that. Bouncing off in the corner. No challenge there from Stout. Here comes the challenge now, though, from Ven. Trey going to try to get one touch. Gets it past one. Possibly a shot on, but a good save at the goal line. And Lakeland has really cleaned up their defense this game.
Yeah, it looks like Treyway is definitely hunting a little bit for a demo there, passing the ball in, swiping through the defensive side. Definitely trying to make that room for his team. But it's just been another minute or two here of good rotations, good defensive play from both sides, and everyone's just looking for a spot to move that ball. We got Ven taking it down the backboard into the middle of the field. Should be Treyway. Bring it up the wall, hopefully putting on an attack for Stout.
And that one's going to clear down. A shot on here from Electric. And he just catches that rotation just a little bit awkward there from, I believe that was Ven as third man. Just finds Ven in a little bit of an awkward position, and he's going to get a nice jump to put that in 3-0. So now Lakeland looking fairly strong to take this one home as long as they keep up this offensive pressure that they've had all game.
Yeah, they're definitely, moving the ball well around the pitch. They got some great speed coming out here in game number 3. It seems like they're beating us to a lot of balls. Big dump into the corner. Opportunity now for Lakeland. Treyway just pops it up high. As we've got Brazilian Bacon running out of boost in the corner. Happens to steal the Stout side boost.
Now that ball is going to be coming back. Cue Ball might be finding a little bit of awkward Stout defense here. That's a big clear from Yells. And that one could find the back of the net, and it will. So maybe just catching Lakeland a little too up front here. It definitely looks like, yeah, Lakeland just kind of overcommitted, a bit too far up. Brazilian doesn't get the touch he's looking for, and Stout's going to capitalize on some poor defensive rotations there from Lakeland, and they are back in this game, only down 2 with a minute 20 left to play.
Yeah, definitely still in this matchup here. Like you said, about 80 seconds left to play. Still anyone's game here in game number 3 of the series. That ball's going to trickle down off the backboard in front of the net. Could be scary for Stout as Ven comes in with no boost. Just a light clear over to the corner. Once again, Stout scrambling on the goal line. Low boost. And it seems to be a recurring theme here in game number 3.
Cue Ball this time, the one who's going to strike the back of the net. But you see that assist from Electric. Just gets a nice touch off the backboard when most of the team is out of boost or very low on it. They just couldn't get themselves back in position. Looked like some double commits on the goal line. Just out of position there for Stout, but they could be looking at a kickoff goal here.
Yeah, it looked like there was definitely some potential in that. Looked like an accidental team bump from the side of Stout's going to shut that down, essentially. But a big pop up above the net. You got Yells net with a nice soft touch just to put it off to the side. Ven is going to bring it up the defensive side, but quickly Cue Ball just found the opening. A quick strike on the passing play with an open net. Makes it 5-1 Lakeland.
And we can see here, there's just nobody back post here for Stout. It looks like Yells and Trey were both kind of on that left side wall, maybe going for boost, but no third man, nobody back in net there for Stout. And that's going to be a 4-goal lead now.
Yeah, 4 goals in a matter of 40 seconds is pretty tough, but I think there's room here to find a new groove. That's why we play in these series instead of just one game at a time. I think there's plenty of opportunity for both teams to come out. We've seen a win from each side so far. Stout being a little bit more dominant in game 2, Lakeland being dominant here in game 3. I'm thinking we've got a really exciting series on our hands for these last few games.
Now it's 18 seconds left to play here. Bacon gonna get the pop, and he's just gonna waste time in this corner. 50'd out. It's a favorable 50 for Stout, but Cue Ball is gonna try to put a snipe on off the crossbar. That one's still up in play. Electric is gonna find the net one more time before this one ends. And now Lakeland up 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1, 4 seconds. This one's pretty much over. It will give Lakeland a 2-1 lead moving into the series decider potentially in Game 4. They could walk away with a 3-1 win. Otherwise, we're gonna hope for Stout to fight back in five games.
And maybe one more here for Lakeland, but time will finally expire. Nobody surprised there. Electric taking home MVP for this game, but definitely just a complete table turner. This was the type of dominance we saw from Stout in the last game, but now Lakeland's going to turn the tables on them, and you can just see the shot difference. 3 shots for Stout up against what I believe is 19 for Lakeland. So you're not going to win a game of Rocket League if you're outshot 19-3, especially with the incredible amount of goal activity we saw from Electric. Cue Ball definitely got in there in the end, but Electric was just all over the field.
Yeah, they were doing a great job of applying the pressure, keeping it super active on the offensive end. Like you said, 19 shots. That's gonna be tough to beat any team unless you're putting up 19, 20 shots yourselves, and they have to be absolute quality shots at that. So really, like you said, great showing there from Lakeland in Game 3, and we'll be moving over to Game 4 shortly.
So Stout is gonna look to have to bounce back here. They didn't have a lot of momentum coming in this game. Lakeland kind of got 1 or 2 goals at the end of that game number 2, and then got an early kickoff goal to start game number 3. Stout's going to have to look for the same. They have to look for something early here to get the momentum back up. Otherwise, I think Lakeland's just going to run away with this one.
Yeah, they just might now. Starting game number 4. And the kickoff's going to be dead on the goal line. Treyway going for boost, misses the boost and the ball, unfortunately. Going to set up Ven for a quick pop towards the net, saved there by Cue Ball. You got Yelsnit jumping up early, gets a light touch to the ceiling. Can he follow it up for a pass? Doesn't look like it, but it's still a great opportunity there from Treyway. The dump in from Yelsnit. A lot of activity in front of Lakeland net here in the first minute.
Ben did his best to try and keep it close, but now Stout's got to hurry back on defense. Ben is going to have possession. He's just going to take that 50. Cue Ball doesn't have a lot of boost here. He's just going to try to get it over. That's going to be put into the corner. Now Trey, also low on boost here. We got to look at the Stout boost. Only one of them's got enough boost to really make a good save here. As that ball is going to be popped up mid. It's going to be to Yells. Yells is just going to try and fire a quick shot on, but it's put away into the corner.
Yeah, definitely some boost disparity here early on throughout the game. I don't know if it's boost management. I saw a couple Lakeland players able to steal a few pieces of boost on the Stout side, but things might be evening back out. Here's an attacking opportunity from Lakeland. Great save from Ven to dump it over to the corner. A little bit of a team bump, figuring out who's going to take the ball up the wall. It's Yelsnit here, just missing a great passing touch. Ven is going to be able to dump it back in for the offense on as third man. Opportunity here just missed by Yelsnit.
And Cue Ball just barely got a touch on that. He managed to make Yells avoid hitting that ball, which would have been a certain goal, as that net was wide open if Cue Ball didn't get that. But now a strong counterattack here from Lakeland. It's going to get saved initially. We're going to see this Cue Ball have something. No, that net could be open here for Stout. Oh, and it's just wide.
Just a bit wide, unfortunately, there. Great counter-attacking opportunities here from Stout, much like we saw in Game 2, where they were able to capitalize over Lakeland. And there's a shot on from Treyway, a good 50 in the air. Sends it just down to the bottom corner.
Trey just beat him. He was just much quicker up to that ball. I don't think Brazilian was expecting him to just hard challenge like that, and he's just going to get outright beat. So it's going to be 1-0 now, Stout. Much more defensive game than we're used to seeing this series. But it should make for a good game number 4, as almost an early goal there from Yells.
Yeah, going for that flip reset mechanic, almost had it. Looks like he got the flip, he just didn't quite hit the ball off the reset. But once again, some great defense there from Stout, clearing the ball. Looks like they've got some boost, some opportunity here for a counterattack. That's where they found the most gaps from Lakeland. Let's see if they can capitalize once again.
And a little ground pinch there coming out of Lakeland. Looks like Stout's going to try to find this. Ven gonna try to play it off the wall. Didn't have as much time as he thought it looked like. It's going to be back to Brazilian and cue ball. Cue ball is going to end up taking that one. It's going to look for the second touch. Slapped away by, looks like that was Trey, and now that ball is going to be popped up over mid. Looking for a demo is Electric, and that's going to be open. No, Trey just barely got back to front post, and that's going to be a huge pinch down the field for Stout. And they're going to look to hit a strong counterattack here.
Yeah, definitely playing some quicker Rocket League here. The recoveries are looking good. Players are being in the right spot, rotating around. Just a matter of finding another connection to open up this lead here for the Stout players.
Now ball is going to be looked favorable possibly for a shot from Electric, but did not go. We're going to see cue ball here, upside wall. He's going to get one touch. Will it be enough? No, saved by Yells. That's a shot on, and Brazilian is going to find the outside corner of the net there. He's going to tie it up 1-1 here.
I think a lot of what I'm seeing here, Lakeland's finding a lot of success on the rebounds, whether it's off the backboard or off of a defensive player. It seems like Stout Academy might be sending 1 or 2 players pretty often at some of those defensive balls, and those double commits will definitely start to hurt.
We're going to see Trey. He's going to fake one. Now he's going to try to find a shot here. Yells is going to take over. Trey gets the pre-jump, but nothing comes of it. Ven now is going to get one touch. He's going to look for a second, gets the second. And Trey going to look for the shot just off sidewall, but a big clear coming out from Brazilian.
That could have been another good opportunity there, just missed the mark. But now we've got Electric going up to the ceiling, and so far this series he has been Electric, definitely filling up to his namesake, and a great save there with the Stout Academy players scattering in front of the net, just able to sneak it out of there. Once again, Treyway flying in with low boost for another save, but it's once again Lakeland off that back wall, finding a lot of opportunities now on offense. 1 minute to play.
Ven now is going to push it out to the side wall. Electric tried to get the jump, maybe didn't get it. Trey off top wall, and no, it's just going to be missed there as a huge clear comes out from Electric. Ven is going to take over in the corner. Now Ven, he's going to try to look for possession. Gets it over one, but that's going to be 50'd up. And that ball is just going to be sent out to the side wall. Maybe Trey. Trey gets one, doesn't get the second he's looking for. Big clear coming out now. Is anybody back for Stout? Yes, Ven is home.
Great counterattack there from Lakeland. Once again, they're making these big ball movements right now. They're finding a lot of open space on the pitch to, make the plays they want to make. And Ven just off of the side post. Maybe an opportunity here for Stout. Another shot flying in from Yelsnet, just off the mark and/or saved from Lakeland. Trey with a good 50 midfield. Ven taking it up through midfield, a soft touch. Gonna play it to himself, just gets beat out. Yells it with a 50 midfield, and this game number 4 might be headed to overtime.
Game 4 headed overtime. Stout needs this golden goal in order to take this series to game 5. Favorable kickoff for Lakeland, but it's a nice clear way. Looking for an early shot here is Lakeland. Electric is gonna get the reset, gets one. Doesn't get it on target though, and now Yells just overdrives it now. A little bit of awkwardness here from the Stout defense. Could cue ball get a nice shot on? He's gonna get the shot, but it's gonna be weak, saved by Trey. Up, now goes Brazilian. Brazilian just not gonna get the touch on target. And big clear there from Yells, and now Stout's gonna try to counterattack to win this game. They get one demo, it's offside wall. Brazilian though, gonna put it away. Stout's gotta go back on defense.
Yeah, that was another potentially great opportunity as you see Trey fly through, picking up that early demo. To clear the way on the defensive side, but now it's Stout back on defense. Ven missing the ball up in the corner. We're going to get Yells in it, trying to play it over to the other side. Gets a good 50 to keep it away from the net. Now Ven with his chance, getting the demo, at least clearing out a little bit of space on that offensive side.
Now Yells going to try to chase this ball now. Looks like maybe a double commit, a little miscommunication there from Lakeland. Cue balls, got it with no boost. He's in the corner. Big booming clear by Yells. That's going to be way downfield. They've got one man in net. That's going to be up. Who's going to go for Stout? It's going to be Ven. Yells trying to clear out some space. It's a one-on-one at the net, and it's going to be dunked in by cue ball, and that is the series.
Yeah, honestly, I think this series really could have gone either way. Like you said, cue ball flying in here towards the net, gets a great 50 on the Stout player just to slam it home. And like I said, that's going to be the series. Lakeland takes it 3-1. But a couple really good games in here. We got to see some good offensive showcase coming from both sides, but ultimately Lakeland's going to walk away with a 3-1 win.
And you just look at the shots again here. That is, looks like 14 to, I believe, what was 8 or 9. Again, getting outshot by that many shots. While it was closer this game, it's hard to win when you're letting up that many shots. But a great series overall. Cue ball just finding that final touch at the end of the game, and that is going to be a 3-1 series win for Lakeland.
Yeah, well, if the stream is still on, thank you guys all for tuning in to another one of our rounds of test streams here tonight. In the coming weeks, we're going to have full-size productions coming your way, so definitely stay tuned here to Stout Esports for coming games.